Hey, Calvary. It's Wednesday, November 18th. Next week is Thanksgiving. We're thinking about Thanksgiving in a whole new way, aren't we? Who would have ever dreamed that we'd be considering some of the issues that we have to face as families getting together for a holiday? But such are the times we're in. Most of you know that Santa Barbara County has been moved back onto the purple tier. That has an implication regarding our worship gatherings. And so as elders, we wanted to touch base with you and let you know where we are as a church family for both our English and our Spanish congregations. It's sometimes said these days that we should lean into circumstances. That's a contemporary metaphor. You've heard me use it a few times, likely. And it has to do with our response in particular situations where there are competing or conflicting circumstances. How to respond, how to interact with different pressures and different realities and different questions, and how will we respond. And I want to encourage you that we are striving as a church family and as your leaders, we are striving to lean in well because we find ourselves with conflicting and competing pressures through this time. We have come to believe with an ever growing firmness, we've come to believe that it is a mandate that the Church of Jesus Christ physically gather to continue to be the church. We believe this is essential and necessary. But we also recognize that we have a responsibility as Christians to respond to our government, to respect and obey the dictates of government. And we also have the responsibility to care for and love one another. So how does any particular church, but more specifically, how does Calvary respond to this present circumstance? As nearly all of you know, we've determined to go ahead and gather, but together to, as it were, to lean into this with a ever heightened attention to the safety that we want to try to pursue with one another. We don't think refusing to gather, we don't think submitting to government in saying that we will not gather, we don't think that's an appropriate response. But we also don't think it's responsible for us and really obedient or faithful for us to be uncaring or give no attention to whatever legitimate dangers there might be. And so this is where we find ourselves. We find ourselves leaning into our responsibility and commitment together, and at the very same time, to try to give a heightened attention to safety given the realities of this virus. And so we just want to update you on and remind you of our positions on this and our practices as we gather. If you are sick or if you are concerned about health and about being around others, please do not attend. We'll continue to live stream. If you need help accessing that live stream, reach out and let us know. If you're sick or if you're concerned, do not attend. Stay home. But if you do attend, mask up and space out. That's the phrase to remember. Mask up and space out. Especially when singing or especially with visiting with others, you should wear your mask. We're going to insist on this because we want to, as much as possible, we want to protect one another. We're not interested in getting into debates about how effective masks are. We believe that it's a position of caution, a position of care for one another to take the extra step, to go the extra mile. So mask up and space out. We're going to remind you to use hand sanitizers. We have hand sanitizer available. We want to continue to do that as we gather, as we arrive, and as we leave. We want to remind you that we're cleaning the building well. We're sanitizing the spaces, particularly the restrooms. We're doing so in between the services, so our Spanish congregation is protected when they come in. We also want to let you know that we're checking our volunteers. We're checking temperature. If any of our volunteers or worship team or if myself, if we're ill, we won't be here. And so we are taking every precaution we can, yet at the very same time, we think it's necessary and essential that the church gather. So we'll continue to gather together as Calvary Baptist here in Santa Barbara. So pray for us, pray for our nation, pray for recovery, pray for physical recovery, pray for our churches, pray for leaders in our churches, pray for one another. And don't just pray for one another. Maybe even today, it would be a great thing to do to reach out to someone that either you haven't heard from or you've wondered how they're doing. Give them a call. If you're comfortable with physical distancing, go over and see them. Reach out and minister and serve one another. These are difficult times, but God has given us not only the wonder of his gospel, but he's designed this incredible thing called the church, the local church, for us to be in one another's lives, to love one another well, and to serve one another. So that's my encouragement to you today. We'll see you on Sunday. We'll be here for worship. If you're not here, we encourage you to join us online and make comments in the interaction. That's helpful for us in the interface there. Make comments because we love to know who's watching. God bless you. Pray for us. Reach out and let us know if there's anything that you want us to know. Read through the email because there are some announcements about the end of year issues, including the members meeting and some of that in the email as well. We'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday, or we'll look forward to being with you in spirit. Pray for us. God bless you. And try to have a great week and have a great Thanksgiving. God bless you.